A question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
I don't know, but I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding. After awakening, even
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become?
Well, if it turns out to be a...
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say the subject of my first research was how you're able to freely manipulate elemental power. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? Fascinating. And this floating
What a stupid question! Can't you see the gap? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you. Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder... Did Paimon guide the elemental power? But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock.
Hey! How would you know?
In that case, it would appear that there's no given that there's clearly a discrepancy in her research, firstly, this mysterious element let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to defeat them.
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring it...
Slimes! Slimes are fine!
Well, prepare yourself.
Inadmissible evidence! Incinerate! Who is blood?
Your life is mine.
Boom boom!
It's nothing.
Incinerate!
You're in for a little shock.
Barbados!
Great work. Did you feel... If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. Now that we know that the
Internal flow?
It's very simple. If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an element...
Sounds kinda...
Don't worry. In the
And in the...
If anything unexpected occurs, well, it's not that... Just a warning. If an internal element... Yes, that's an... It's a type of ore, no... I'll take you to my campsite. All going to plan.
Paimon's still good. Let's keep our eyes open.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes.
Give up.
Come a little closer.
Boom boom! Time for your arraignment!
You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little
This one. Usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way. This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Tamea's here is helping me with my research.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of...
Whoa. Look at...
I wouldn't call them I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and... following this line of...
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. A cryoregis fine, in that sense.
Yes, sir.
After all, we've got our primary data already. If it turned out that he did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world.
Ah, it would. Apologies. Speaking of data...
Great, I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes... in line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
I'll remind you again. The law can be both a help and a hindrance.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already.
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only...
So you knew you'd be sick and still...
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. Perhaps it's just scholarly self-assurance. In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. The good thing about ordinary is that people are the same, they can understand. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you, but a peculiar person, they don't have much recourse. For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisfine. To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see the...
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. Oh, you gave me a lot to consider. Having you down as an animal wasn't very...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry.
You can count on me, sir.
Is he trying to join the Knights? What, Paimon?
If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help.
An elemental life form from another... Albedo's...
Here comes Albedo. Let's go see him.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Agreed. Well, on with the research. There may be significant difference. Take Tevat, for example. But worlds may well exist. So, leaving elements... I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. No. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
You think Paimon knows how to do that stuff?
That was your best effort? Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat?
Cooking? Paimon was looking.
Not only is this recipe a staple for me,
Paimon, that does sound yummy though. Okay, Paimon approves. Good.
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the If there's anything left over, maybe Timaeus can finish the last morsel.
Paimon doesn't. How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the willpower thing again. Where does he get these ideas from anyway? Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
This weather's got me in the mood for reciting some laws. Let's see. Commercial Law of Liyue, Chapter 27, Section 6, Article 3 stipulates that... Wait, what was it? Oh my goodness, I've completely forgotten. What is wrong with me today?
Try not to enjoy this too much. Yep.
Eat, drink, to the heat of the chase.
What the? What kind of injurious weather is this? It's cold. Achoo! Sometimes the law is compatible with human nature, but sometimes the two... conflict. Balancing the two is a discipline in its own right. Sometimes the law is compatible with human nature, but sometimes the two conflict. Balancing the two is a discipline in its own right. The case before us is a strange and unprecedented one indeed.
That was fast. An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed in the science of gastronomy. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world as it does ours. Unless... could it be that the natural laws of this world are limiting...
We just didn't know how to channel elemental.
Not to worry. At least we put... And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was... Not that Paimon would have been...
Hey! You were being nice, but you do have tasty recipes. And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good students?
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. Anyway, moving on to the next... There are all manner of alchemical items here. I managed to retrieve the majority...
Paimon's barely...
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to... If you had, say... I must have dropped them somewhere...
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh yeah! You could use elemental sight!
I'll remind you again. The law can be both a help and a hindrance.
Boom! Ha! Ha!
Sometimes the law is compatible with human nature, but sometimes the two conflict. Balancing the two is a discipline in its own right.
The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be animo elemental energy, right? This has gotta be it! Still in one piece! Good thing the vial's so strong! This must be electrohypostasis powder!
Goodness. I'm wondering.
Yep! Guess it.
Unfortunately, though elemental sight, only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my research.
You mean we failed again?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I'd call this a very... I have to commend your deduction. Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworld. In essence, looking out from where we're standing. Can you see what Sucrose... And if you jumped from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, could you see... So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into a million fragments? Then could you see her? I know of a location that will be perfect.
The case before us is a strange and unprecedented one indeed.
to jump? From up here?
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake. I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis.
The opposite side of the lake. So, we're gonna be swimming?
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the some of us would be unable to stand. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, then if you would, please.
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing, emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Without limit, some of us would. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. Then if you would. Great work. I've never seen your reputation.
But you followed us the whole...
Me? If it turns out that if the natural laws, the innumerable possibilities.
But how does this help your
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. I may be about to make some gold, the essence of the investigator. I'm willing to pour all my energy, all these things that start out as objects of...
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly turtles? Because you...
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part...
So after all these...
Of course not. Now, before we follow me, there are some other rooms.
Don't waste my time.
Motion to
It's nothing.
go as planned.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your... I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities. I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your... There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action. A tried and tested adventure. So, let's see you in action. It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
ready. Hey! I can't wait any longer! Out of the frying pan, into the fire! Boba, get them! Incinerate!
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Nice and spicy!
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
That really hurt! Incinerate! Inadmissible evidence! Boom boom! Incinerate!
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out.
Hey, explaining things is Paimon's job.
Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look. What's this? To the best of my knowledge, there's still a lot to learn about. Let me make a copy first.
Seems like if you want the...
I've truly gained a lot from... Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to see... Unless you can think of anything...
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing...
You!
I most certainly did not. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger? I'd sooner believe you were tricked.
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. I'm only concerned with one thing.
No way! Paimon would have sent...
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense it. In any case, I'm not about to let...
So... what are you gonna do?
I've got a hand... I've investigated everything else.
But we don't even know what the...
That much... But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. Now then. Which is what I was hoping.
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh.
You're back. Good timing. I've just about reached the conclusion. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back? I wouldn't worry. She's just doing her job. Time for the results. We got a myriad of data today, and it was very difficult to finish all the research in one go. But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is...
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Please, I understand that this may have... Have you ever considered that the world of Tevat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I mentioned the natural laws of the only other life form that... but... After imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, is not nurturing other...
Aww. Paimon thought with all our...
Life is a manifold tapestry. A short life can be well lived. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Huh? Don't be sick. Albedo, Paimon...
Thank you both. Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower. I mean that the time I've spent trapped in the future, if the need arises, well, I made a point throughout of telling him how ordinary But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it mean? Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections. But those born of chalk are free of impurities. If, one day, I lose control, can I rely on you to stop?
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Let's make haste. Hey,